I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737-777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. This is your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 211. And today we're going to talk about why freedom is a necessity. Freedom is a necessity. Let me just say this. You have to want freedom and be so obsessed with it that it is one of the most highest things that you think about on a regular basis. Is how can I move toward freedom? Who can I seek that already has it, and who can teach me? How can I learn? How can I grow? What can I do on a daily basis to move closer and towards it, right? And so I saw something online today about several like top companies that are laying off tons and tons of people. And so let me just read some of this to you. This month alone, Twitter, 50% of its workforce laid off. Cameo, 25%. Robinhood, 23%. Intel, 20%. Snapchat, 20%. Coinbase, 18%. Open Door, 18%. Stripe, 14%. Lyft, 13%. Shopify, 10%. And then Meta, thousands. Apple has a hiring freeze, and Amazon has a hiring freeze, which, it's kind of weird that Amazon's on there because, Amazon you think is doing well, right? But this is just where we are. And so, you know, as I look online and I'm constantly working with people and helping people that want to earn extra income, I'm constantly seeing people who are laid off and just in the situation where they're just trying to figure out what to do next and what life was going to look like for them, and so that's why freedom is a necessity, because the way I see it, if you're not free, then you're bound. And who wants to be bound? And sometimes we just don't know we're bound until something like this happens, where someone can decide um, if you're able to pay your bills, right? Simply by just laying you off and just stopping the check, And so that's why I just believe you should be in control of the income. And even if you start that part time, like have the job, right? But on a part time basis, you got to be building something on the side that can eventually replace your full time. You got to be building multiple things. But I mean, of course, in the beginning, I think you should build one thing and then grow it and build it to a point where you can start adding in some other things. But I just believe that you got to have something that is yours, something that you can control, because I just believe it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. That's just my personal thought, just looking at how things are going. And look, we remember 2008 when they had the whole housing crisis, and so many people's lives were changed. But there was a wealth transfer. I will say that there was a wealth transfer, and if you're prepared and you are constantly looking for opportunities and you have the eye to see opportunity, you can see opportunity all around us. I mean, you know, Amazon stock was at like an all-time low, and several other stocks are at like lows out, like out of this world, where investing in those stocks for the long term, you're definitely going to have a nice upside on that. So Facebook stock, Amazon stock, there's so many other different stocks. There's so many like Nike and some others as well. But my point is just that we must control our income. We must control our time. We must control our health. We must control our relationships. We must have a element of control in these things in order to have freedom. Now, you can't control everything, but there's things that you can control, and if you give up that control, then you've given up your freedom. And so it's a necessity. It is a necessity that we work on our own freedom, and we got to do it however we got to do it. Like I said, if you start off part time, great. I think that's a great thing to do because then you can have the full time job, have the part time income, let the part time income pay some debts off, right? And then you start getting yourself to a place where your passive income starts to become greater than your expenses. There's so many things you can do too, by the way. I just saw online today about a guy who bought vending machines. He bought vending machines for like $2,500, and they would pay him about $500 a month. And he bought enough of them where he started making $13,000 a month. And then finally, he got to a place where he obviously just started buying tons more and then teaching other people how to do it. And so, again, whether you're buying ATM machines, buying vending machines, whether you're investing in stocks for dividends, whether you're investing in real estate, whether you're investing in businesses, starting businesses, however you do it, or just a mixture of all, the key is you got to do something. And so I just encourage you, find something, start something, and then stay consistent at it. Do it even when you don't feel like doing it. Do it even when things don't always look good, because if you're not in control, then someone else is in control. And you don't want to leave your future in someone else's hand, right? Because we build our lives and we do all these things just for somebody to. Every episode we talk about stretching ourselves and growing ourselves and becoming better. And I get it. You're busy, you're on the go. You don't always have time to stop and maybe read a book. Well, listen, I got the perfect thing for you. You're probably familiar with Audible. Audible is an audiobook service from Amazon, and they offer the world's biggest selection of books. I'm talking any book that I've recommended, and I've recommended a lot. You can get that book and you can listen to it on the go while you're in the car. Why not turn your car into Drive Time University? And for listening to this podcast, you can get your first 30 days free on us. So go to audibletrial.com/code freedom. That's audibletrial.com/code freedom. And we'll also put that in the show notes. You always want to have an element of control. And you're working on growing and you're on your journey. I'm just telling you that you want to be in a place where you can really position yourself in the right way. So I hope you guys got some value from this. This is episode 211. And once again, freedom is a necessity. Will you go after your freedom? That is the question. So God bless you all. Can't wait to see you on the next episode. Take care, take charge, and we'll see you over the top. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.